keep it?
No, just keep it.
Holding this and talking would be a problem.
And first we can check. Just talk. I'll ask them.
Sunrise doesn't last all morning. Cloud burst doesn't last all day. Seems my love for you has left you with no warning. It's not always gonna be this great. All the things must pass. So I must be on my all things must pass. All things must pass away. Last evening, after all this, my love is up and must be leaving. After all this, my love is up and must be leaving. वो उठा देना. Wallet. Yes. You need to have the electrum right. So must be makeup artist. I need a touch up. Yeah. So shall we start or what?
Yeah. Let's start.
Yeah.
Everyone is there.
Fine. Okay. So hello everyone. I am Milind and I'm from PhD in this college. I'm doing PhD from metallurgy department. So anybody of you who's from metallurgy can come and catch up with me there. So I was invited today to inform you or to give a lecture about songwriting. I don't know why lyrics writing has been there written on the poster, but yes, overall songwriting, how you should compose a song, what a song comprises of, how the lyrics will fit in, how the beats will go on, how the melody fits in and everything. So we'll start from there. So let's start. So let me give you an overview what I'll be talking about. So so whenever you're talking about writing a song, or whenever you're going on any creative endeavor, you need inspiration. So the first thing that obviously comes is inspiration. Then we'll be talking about sound structure, the melody of it. After melody, you will go about harmonizing and probably what chords to use and not. Then the structure of the song, song, rhythm, and improvising. After all, so starting off with inspiration part. So see, the inspiration part is how you come up with a song, or the idea where the seed of the song grows. And it is now I cannot put it in words. There are no rules for it. It's all about how you're seeing, how you're perceiving things. Let's say this IIT Bhubaneswar campus is a very beautiful campus. So every evening there's a good sunset every evening. So people who are more of the romantic people, romantic not in the sense lovers, romantic means people who are creative, romance. So people who are more into romance, they'll conjure up different feelings, they'll conjure up different ideas just by the picture of it, while people who are not very good at it, they'll probably have to think hard about it. How can you go around it? So inspiration can come from anywhere. There are mountains, then after rain there are good skies. Then if you're standing next to the ocean in Puri, it is a good place. If you're looking into the sunset, it's a good place. So all you're going to do, or what you should try to do, is basically connect that image to something, so that you can feel something, or some emotion must pop up while you're looking at it. Inspiration comes from there. Or maybe you are thinking about something, you are having an idea about something, or how things should be, how things are happening in life. They're not going good, they're going good. Your relationship is not going good, maybe your relationship is going fantastic. So there is a feeling that always must be attached to whatever creative endeavor you are on. May it be songwriting, may it be art, may it be photography. The first thing that you capture is the essence, is the feeling. And inspiration can come from any source. It can come from your room, it can come from your head, it can come from anywhere. So that is inspiration. Now the next thing that we should talk about is the most important part of the song is the melody of it. To get what the melody is. The melody is, for mostly you people might know what melody is, but melody in plain simple terms is what you remember of a song, the way the song is going. When you've heard it and it's not continuously blasting in your ears, what is the thing that you remember? That is actually the melody of it, around which the entire thing weaves. The rhythm, the chorus, the harmonizing thing, and everything, whatever, it weaves around, it rolls around melody. So like what song should I say? Yeah, if you people must have heard Come As You Are by Nirvana. The opening riff line, that serves as the melody that binds the entire song. The vocals, the drums, the bass, everything is revolving around the opening riff that is continuously being played. Similarly, if you have heard Snow from Aaroh, that the initial guitar licks, that is the entire melody that continues in the song. Here the vocalist is not the main the main person who's in the driving seat. It is this guitarist, the lick, it is driving the entire song. Similarly, another song, Californication, is like that melody. And a lot of Beatles songs, you'll find good melody. I'll probably give a lot of Beatles reference because I like their music a lot. So you can find a lot of melody in their songs. And now the question is, how can you arrive to a melody? Now that is tricky. So like what I used to do is, when I'm like, let's say I'm listening to a song, so the artist must have sung it in a certain way. So I'd rather put my own highs and low, I'd rather put in my own tune while keeping the entire background same, and I'm trying to like how far can I deviate. So you try doing this and you might get good. You start getting to create melodies, because to create melodies is, you need some sense out of it. So this is one thing that you can start off if you wish to learn about melodies. The next thing that we should talk is the structure of the songs, or we should talk about the structure of the song. So structure of the song is just like skeleton. Without your skeleton, if you put your skin, it will be saggy and whatnot. You'd look like this creature from Star Wars, if you have seen. No, it's all gooey and all. So it gives you a structure, it gives you definition, it gives you order while you are making a song. It makes sense out of it. So the very classical structure is this verses, chorus, then verse, then chorus. That is the most basic, that is the most traditional. You can rock using this, because this traditional structure, but then you can play along, like you can play around. You can, for example, if you would have heard Hey Jude from the Beatles, the entire song goes like it is going on a single rail, and then Hey Jude, Hey Jude, Hey Jude, Hey Jude. The end 4 minutes of the song is continuously Hey Jude, Hey Jude. That is not the traditional structure that they are following. Then a lot of Beatles songs are like they are narrating a poem, so there are actually no chorus, or there are actually no refrains, there are actually no bridges. They are simple lyrics, and they are just narrating it like a continuous story. So you can try and you can spin off in different directions, but try to stick to the traditional verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and then maybe an interlude, maybe a bridge where the instrument comes in and tries to take over the driving wheel, and then the outro of the song. Or if you want to further go adding more verses to it. So if you talk about structure, so that is mostly it. Try to stick to the traditional structure when you are talking about it, because that way it is good for you to learn. If it is good for you to start off at least, because it is always better to have baby steps when you are learning something. So after strong structure, lyrics. Lyrics is it's one of the most important parts, next to melody, I must say, because a lot of songs, good melody will drive songs. Good lyrics alone can rarely drive songs. Not really, but it is difficult. So lyrics is equally important. To write lyrics is, yes, we'll take it afterwards, because it is a big thing. Okay, I'm going too fast. Okay, now the next part that comes basically is harmony and chords. So I don't know, a lot of people know about the music theory. I'm not very versed with music theory. I know there are certain chords, and I know the arrangement of certain chords sounds good. Mostly the chords or the notes that you are playing, if they are in scale, they sound wonderful, they sound like a package. But a pattern is good, but what is better? To break a pattern. So a lot of musicians like Nirvana especially does it, that they are playing in a scale, and then suddenly the chorus goes off in a different scale. Like if you listen to About a Girl from Nirvana, the verses are in different scale, and the chorus suddenly goes in C sharp and all. So you can play around with it, the chords part, because to start off with, yes, you can simply take 4 chords which are in the same family, which belong to the same family, and then you can maybe try to work upon different strumming patterns, maybe different picking patterns, maybe different permutation and combination of the same chords, different speeds you can try with the same chords, and you can get plethora of options, plethora of you should say ideas for new songs. But try to stick to the basics first, and then eventually step by step go ahead. The next part is harmony. Now harmony sounds very good, especially when it comes to choruses. You must have heard it. So harmonizing a song, it kind of gives it a supernatural effect, I must say, like the fairy dust effect, you can say, if you can picture it. It kinds of gives the song a little warmth. The texture of the song becomes more, smooth and shiny, if you may picture it in that way. So harmony is basically when you're in the same scale, or maybe a scale higher or the scale lower, and you're just going through the same notes and all. 1, 2, 3 scales, different scales, not different scales, upscale, downscale, and the same, and the reference scale, and then you club it together, and that forms a harmony. Most of the people from science background, if they know it, they must have heard it, they must have read it in 11th class when you are studying about this nodes and antinodes. So there we talk about this harmonizing, not exactly in these terms, but yes, on frequency terms. Then the rhythm. The next part is rhythm. Rhythm is very cool. So what goes with rhythm is that without rhythm the song is soulless, but rhythm alone does not carry on the song. See, if you simply put drums, it is not song. But if you remove drums, then the song pretty much it is finished. If there are no beats, if there is no bass, then the song is incomplete. But so the rhythm part is the rhythm, the groove. So how to go around rhythm and groove? So I'm more of a band person. I mostly listen to bands. So I grew up in this way, and I learned to make my music in that way. So what I used to do is what is basically what I prefer is a song which is driven by drums and bass mostly. I don't really like to put guitars too much. I like the guitars to be in the back seat. I want them to simply give in the the fairy dust effect, but mostly it's driven by bass and drums. So a good beat will be catchy. A good beat will keep the listener engrossed into the song. And the same goes with the bass line. Without a bass line, the song is totally empty. Without the bass line, the song sounds hollow. Without bass lines, without bass, the song is like incomplete, man. There's no good song without bass lines in it. There's a special thing about bass lines. Like mostly, if you've heard Nirvana, if you've heard Nirvana and Green Day songs or Linkin Park songs, the basses are mostly the bass notes. Mostly, they'll concur to what chords are being played. So, if let's say the chord is C, the chords are C, D, A, G. Let's say yes, C, D, A, G. So mostly they'll play the notes itself. They'll not vary much into the into going into making the bass line of its own. That bass itself is expressing itself without the need of the drums, without the need of the guitar. If you simply listen the bass line should be such that there is no need to listen to the drums and the drums and the guitars. You can enjoy the bass as well. So according to me, the bass line should be like that. Although it is good to start off with simple basses. So bass lines we're talking about. You can listen to Ramble On from Led Zeppelin, and you listen to just isolated bass versions, or you can listen to Beatles bass line in their album The Magical Mystical Tour. So I'd just give me 5 minutes, and I'll start off with the demo, because there's not much left. The last thing is about experimentation. So what I said was there are structures, chords, there are scales that you must play in, there are lyrics that you should write in certain way, there are arrangements, the classical song structures. So about that is you can mix and match. When you start running, then you can actually vary the length of your steps. So according to that, you can actually experiment. So I think I have spoken a lot, and is there any confusion, or are there any questions, or would you like me to clarify or expand on any point that you might have not got well? So I'd like to explain on it. So any questions? I'm waiting. How to think poetic, thoughtful lyrics. When I think about such lines, I feel absurd. See, Mr., Mrs., whoever it is, Sravan Balaji. So, the first rule, I think I forgot to mention it. The first rule that you must, while you're doing it, just don't think if it is good or not. While you're composing the song, you're just bloody composing the song. You're not doing it. You're not doing it for the to sound good or to sound bad. Coming to the lyrics part, I should give you the. I was about to give the example when I was about to talk about this lyrics. We'll come on to that later. There's a good song. There's a good song by Beatles which is called "I Am the Walrus." Now, if you listen to the song, the entire purpose of the song writing, John Lennon wrote that song definitively in such a way that it makes no sense. That is absurd. It makes no sense. So there's a good story that goes behind that. That once a teacher asked her student to interpret John Lennon's song, and he somehow came to know about this incident, and then he decided to write the song "I Am a Walrus," which makes no bloody sense, because he said that when we'll talk about how the entire song is made, enveloped, then we'll see that how things match, how lyrics were fit in, and how important are those lyrics, at what point are they important, at what point lyrics are not very important. So when you're writing, just write it, man. Just write it. Just maybe today you'll make less sense, tomorrow you'll make a little more sense, and day after tomorrow you'll start making more sense, and maybe eventually you'll grow. So that is not the problem. I think you should write, and maybe when you write, you visit the same writing after 10-15 days or maybe a month, then you can get the idea, oh man, this does not sound right, maybe I can correct it, maybe I can change it. So eventually when you start writing, when you're actually doing something, you start to grow in that field, so you will eventually catch up, man. No problem. Yeah, the other question is, any suggestion, any suggestions for writing for different genres? Ramakrishna, P. Ramakrishna. Okay, writing lyrics. Okay, then simply talk about lyrics. See, and the third question is about what about genres? Genre do you song primarily? And what about genres? What genre do you write songs primarily? Okay, see, genre is basically how the music is being played. Genre. First, let me clear about the genres. Genres is basically what music are you playing. Lyrics will not make much difference when it is coming to genres. It will make subtle differences, but not impactful difference. That if you wrote in such a manner, then you cannot be a rock band, or you cannot be a pop band, or you cannot be a jazz, or you cannot be a blues man. It is not like that. So when you're writing lyrics, it is part and parcel of the song, and the genre is basically the entire envelope, how the song is being enveloped, the way rhythm comes, the way melody of the song flows, and everything. According to that, you go, the kind of instruments which are being used and the way those instruments are being played, that also contributes to the genre. The same guitar, if it is being played by acoustic guitar, if you have heard Nirvana Unplugged, Nirvana are not a rock band, whereas the same if being played by Zeppelin or Beatles, it goes into the blues genre. So that is genre. Now you said that writing different genres. See, let's talk about lyrics then. See, while you're writing, you need an inspiration. You need something to think about. What can I write about? The first thing is, you need an object that you can write about. You need a subject that you can write about. So it can be about your lover, it can be about your favorite animal, it can be about you disliking something, it can be around you liking something, it can be about a beautiful scenery, it can be about anything. The first thing, like how I work, how I function about lyrics is, it generally becomes a picture in my mind. Either I can see a picture, I see something, like I mentioned, if I'm going to the sea, if I'm going to the mountains, there's a beautiful sight, and out of that sight, what emotion is it trying to touch, or what emotions can come out of it, what emotions can I connect to this particular scenario, or which thing in my life is actually resonating with this. So first of all, you need to connect an emotion. Once you are in tune with an emotion, now you can channel your emotions in a way that either you can write down directly, either you can use the imagery as a form of just to tapping into your emotions, or you can use the other way that a lot of people use it, that your emotions are in a way and you are channeling it and you are writing it in a guise means in a different way, in a different manner, wearing giving the lyrics a mask, so that it might seem that you are talking about the scenery, but it is actually what you are talking about your life, or you are talking about whatever emotions that particular scenery is put you for. So
I have a question.
yes.
So actually I wanted to ask if you are sorry, but I wanted to ask, like, if you are writing an acoustic song, like you said that you grew up on bands, listening to bands.
Yes.
So I want to ask you that how does it influence? How much does you have a picture, okay, but after you get the picture, you just know that okay, these are the instruments that are going to come along. Okay, how much does it influence your melody writing? Like, how does the sounds influence your melody writing?
Yeah.
How much the sounds influence your lyric writing?
Actually, I would have displayed it on demo.
I wanted to ask, does your genre get fixed while you are writing?
No, that is what I was about to tell. See, lyric writing. What his question is, how genres?
Like how much your genre influences your lyric and melody writing?
The exactly same question that guy was asking. How the genre is basically what is the relation between genre and lyrics?
Yeah.
Overall, yes. So that is what I was saying. That see, this is one part of it. There are a lot of ways you can write lyrics. I must tell you, you are brilliant in writing. You can write poetry and you can just bloody do it. You can get a melody out of your guitar and you can write a song over it. If you are very good in writing lyrics, if you are not very, these words do not come very easily out of you, then you need something to pull those words out of you. So there, in that sense, this picture and this emotion kind of things, because it is easy for emotions to flow and then you can just copy paste words. Now the genre basically, if you know, then most of the Nirvana songs and most of the Beatles, that much I know. I don't know about the other bands. Most of these songs, they generally would start on acoustic. It is not that even the rock songs, they will start on acoustic. They'll start to get the melody of it, then maybe you'll apply some distortion. They'll apply, so they'll start off with clean guitars or maybe acoustic guitars, but then they'll apply acoustic. Then the drummer, the drummer guy, he'll give you a good input that, man, this is a good beat. Then according to that, the song is not just you just put it like this. No, it is continuously changing and it is continuously evolving. Let It Be, it took so many takes. Beatles, the very popular song Let It Be, it took so many takes and it became one of the most beautiful songs, Let It Be. So it is not like that it is very restrictive. No, as I said, it is very fluid. So don't restrain. I would suggest that it is not very restraining for you to simply go and pick a genre and say, no, this genre will encompass only this kind of lyrics. Other lyrics are not the part of this genre or cannot fit in this genre. It is not like that. A very popular Instagram song which is going on these days is Marry on a Cross. So the actually lyrics are not very harsh, but it goes into rock phase, and a little bit more distortion you apply it can go to metal. It may go to the metal genre, yet the lyrics are very soft. So lyrics and genres are not tightly restricted. Yes, they are loosely bounded but not tightly bounded. You can always experiment. Anything can go anywhere. A popular this Bhojpuri song, if you people have heard it, Ishq Tera Tadpaave karke, है ना. So if you listen to the song, the dynamics, it is so energetic. It is like everybody in the north, they must know that it's one of the must dancing songs. This songs, if it plays, everybody, even if they are dancing for 2 hours, they'll be filled with energy. It's such kind of energetic song. But if you read the lyrics of that song, it is so sad. The lyrics of the song is so bloody sad, but the entire song is actually very energetic. So everybody just forgets about what the lyrics is. The song is, that is the song. The song is energy. That is it.
Yes.
So that is why it is not very tightly bounded with the genres, lyrics. It is, but not very rigidly. Yes.
Yeah, because it arises because I was thinking that some of the rock songs have been covered acoustically, but some of the acoustic songs, they have been covered like it's rock. The same song which we were working for, you said it was for acoustic.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So yes, let me share my experience. You people must have.
Play the song and just show it.
Yeah. So actually, the song was supposed to be. It was supposed to be acoustically a very mellow song. While we were actually, my vision is basically to simply having, not even having beats in it, simply having bass and simply having acoustic and simply having voice. So it goes like, when I look up to the sky, I see the wind, the breeze. When I look up to the sky, I see the stars but not the sun. When I look up to the sky, I wonder the birds will fly. The birds will fly through the river, and the birds will fly across the ocean to a land where the grass is green, then greener. I would sit down onto the land, and I think I'm holding your hand closer, and I'll close my eyes and pull you closer, and I think I'll look up on the ocean and think that I don't have the words to tell you what I feel. I don't have the words to tell you what I mean. Don't have the words to tell you what you mean to me. I think I don't know me. I think I don't know me. I think I don't know me. The song actually goes like this. It was supposed to be like this, but me and Ajit were sitting, and Ajit was very, so he thought, man, we can add beats to it. I said, okay, let's add beat to it. So we eventually worked out a very cool, very cool rock song. But this was supposed to be simple acoustic like this, and there would be bass line going behind it, nothing more, simple, very plain and simple song. But then the same thing, it's a very soft, the lyrics are technically very soft. So but then again we have that song and it goes into the rock genre, it goes into the fast rock genre. So yes, it is not very tightly bounded. The next is how much does vocabulary impact songwriting? It is better the vocabulary, better the lyrics, always hold true. See Mr. Mrs. Anoop, especially if writing Hindi songs. Especially if writing Hindi song. Hindi song is not my area of expertise, but I can tell you if the words are good, then it is like makeup. Like a woman, you just imagine a woman, the more jewelry or the more beautifying items you put on a woman, she looks more beautiful, just in that way. So if you use good words, if you use phrases, so all these things actually kind of beautify the song, yes. But if you can keep your words simple and you manage to clearly express what you're thinking or you're feeling in that song, and it resonates with the entirety of the song. When I say the entirety of the song, which means that the way the song is sung, the way the lyrics are written, the way melody goes around, the way the beats go around, the way the basses go around, everything, if it is if it is actually converging in a very good manner, the song is going to be bloody great. And a lot of songs are very very simple written. We can listen to this local train songs also. I suppose they're written simple and good. Like Beatles song, Follow the Sun. So Follow the Sun, I'll follow the sun करके कोई Beatles song, there's a Beatles song that is very plain, that is very simple. There are no great vocabulary used, very simple, but they're expressing the emotions in such a good way. They're expressing the idea in such a good way that and the music around it is also very great, very simple, very minimalistic, but very very beautiful. So that makes the song great. So yes, definitely, if you're using good words, if you're having good vocabulary, it will definitely sound crispy. But if you're having normal vocabulary and you're able to express in plain simple words, that is also an art. If you can you can break down complex things into simple plain words, it is also an art. And if you can do that, if you can touch the listener's heart, then that is all that matters. The first tool that I said, that do not think about what you're writing is good or bad. Just write it, man. Just do it. Fine. Just do it, because you will get, when you are into it, you will get eventually. You'll get good. Then the next.
Should we think about the lyrics and melody together, or should we write the lyrics first and then compose the melody on top of it?
Yes. See. Okay, give me two random chords. We shall do it.
I guess there are many questions after, so you can take some.
Manji, it is about the either way it works. There are no questions left. So we can take a poem and transform it. Come on, man. Yes, I did it. I made a poem into a rock song. I tell you, I probably did too. I was in 12th class, or I passed my 12th class. I did it. I wrote a poem. So my few of my songs are like poems, and I have done it. So yes, you can definitely do it. You can make it a cool song, you can make it a hard song, whatever you like, you can do it. Actually, this is poems. Songs are poem, man. Songs are poems in a way.
That's the part that most intrigued me the most. Which one will come first?
What?
The melody or the lyrics?
Oh, okay. So
for you, most instances, which came first? For you, maybe in your experience.
So in my experience, if you'll ask about the melody, what the question Monji asked, Monjil. Okay, I cannot read it. It's very small. So whatever in my case, I usually sit around and I'd ring my guitar. I'd play certain chords, and then maybe, if something catches my ear. Okay, this set of chords. Then I'll probably start to hum. So in such case, maybe the humming will come first. Means the melody is coming out, and I'll like this, and then I'll write lyrics over it. But in certain cases, I've already written something down. So I know that it is going like this. It sounds good, or I'm simply rhyming things. You can simply rhyme 4 lines, and then you can think of how you're going to put it. Then here lyrics come first, then the melody. So it is not like that. Now my first songs, I would say, the very first 2-3 songs what I wrote were very plain. They were like 4 chords were changing, and my songs were very bland. The first songs that I made, the first 4 songs that I made, they were very bland, and they were like this only. There were not much variation. But then eventually, I think it was the 4th or the 5th song, it came, and it suddenly, the melody of the song was so varying, and it was very good. Means I went too high and then also too low in the same song. So eventually, when you're doing it, you'll eventually get the idea of it. Because that is
we have other questions.
Do you think if the tone of the lyrics don't match up with the melody, it doesn't match up? That is what I was saying. See, actually,
there is a hero on the next one.
Like pumped up kicks. I did not understand what it mean. Like pumped up kicks.
He's asking about the production of soundscape of that.
Can you please elaborate upon your question? I did not get the second part. Pumped up kicks. Well, mandatorily have to keep mine while making the skeleton. Okay, dude, listen. Let's do one thing. Give me 2 chords. Give me 2 random chords, and we'll try to make something out of it. Give me 2 random chords. Give easy chords. Don't give difficult chords. Come on, give me 2 chords. Or shall I use my own chords? Yeah, there's a lag. Yeah, there's a lag.
The first one, which you call it, that's the one. Wins. I think that it's a song, Hopped Up Kids.
Okay, I don't know about that song. CNG, okay. CNG.
Can you also include that chord also, like F
minor,
major,
F major, okay.
C, G, F.
Okay, I shall start with C and F. It will be fine. C and F are cool. They are very relatively.
I think 3 and 4. C, F, G, C.
C, F, and G.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, we'll include 3 songs. Okay, so let's experiment around.
He's given some context, like we need a
we'll see
composing
later.
session to search about terms such as motif and leitmotif. It's a song about a school shooting, but the song itself is very cheery, so normally you wouldn't realize it's about something so grim unless you specifically paid attention to the lyrics.
That is called improvisation. That is, so these are actually off-track things. You know? Okay, so I think I should start. So what I'd usually do is I just keep on ringing these 2 chords. Now the first thing that I'd like to find is the melody. So I just hum something and let the scale, let the voice, let the pitch go haywire, anywhere. Whatever I see fit, whatever I can do, I do that. If I have the melody, now I'd like to picture something. I'd like to have a picture on my head so that I can try to write something. Let's say let's imagine somebody standing alone on the road. Right, it's kind of a deserted road, and it's like IT Bhubaneswar road where there is mountains. Probably, yeah. And the moon is out, not the sun. I'm standing on the road, so tired alone. I'm on the road, so tired and alone. I want to get off from things that I like. La 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 la. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na na. No, D नहीं. So you see, I mean, this is how you actually, I mean, if you do like this, just keep on strumming and try to figure out where you are going. Try to weave a story in your head and just try to follow the story. Let it be a tragic life story, let it be a happy life story, whatever it is. Just pick a bloody story, or maybe a story that comes out of a movie, or comes out from anime, comes out from any inspiration. It is good to imagine a story and then try to weave your song around it. So it becomes easy to write. Then once you start writing, when you start to get the hang of writing, then eventually you'll try to improvise things. When you'll try to improvise things, then you'll come up with things like the example that man said, that the song is very cheery but the lyrics sound so gloomy, very depressing. So yes, you can do that. As I said, that Ishq Tera Tadpaave wala song, the lyrics are very gloomy but the song is very energetic. So it is not that you have to stick with the structure. You can play around it, but first of all you just try to do anything, because unless you start, you are not going anywhere if you don't start walking. And when you start walking and you initially start running, then you will tire out soon and you will give up. So it is better to walk, eventually pace up. So yes, now may I ask the your questions. Is there any way to compose unique melodies, or it will come? Yeah man, it will come again.
Can you clearly I'll just tell the question.
Okay, the question is there any way to compose unique melodies, or it will come only by trying again and again? Like if I ever sit to compose something, it becomes similar to some song which I have heard. Yeah man, this will happen a lot. Yeah, you are sitting and it might the songs might be an inspiration from some other song. Like you can let's say if you have heard Where Did You Sleep Last Night from Nirvana, the MTV Unplugged version, if you have heard it, the one of my songs, I took three to four chords from that. It is a five chord song, so I kind of took those chords initially when I was in 12th class when I started writing. So I took the inspiration. I said, okay, let's try, because it is a set pattern that this set of chords will work. So okay, let me try to find the melody around this set of chords, so it will help you get better melodies. Maybe and it is if your song sounds similar to something, no problem man, you did something new, something innovative, a little 10% 20% different. Don't produce the same song, but yes, if it's 20% 30% 50% different, then it's cool man, because there is a lot of music, and when you're thinking about melodies, so it will some things will overlap. Okay, everything that is coming out from certain, there are inspirations, so there are sources. So yes, there is never 100% originality. It is very rare to get 100% originality.
I think the next question is that
do you have any tip to use raga song, from classical music to create the melody which suits the meaning of the lyrics? I am not an expert in classical music, ragas, and I do not.
We can talk about it.
This thing Ajit knows it very well. Yes, I don't know about it, so I cannot help you there. But yes, see, ragas is a set of scale, man. See, ragas is also, at the end of the day, it is a set of scale, and melody is just you are trying to do something in your head. You're trying to it is a set of certain notes. You try to fit the permutation and combination of those notes. The first thing is, if there are 10 notes, you try PNC, permutation and combination, how you can arrange that notes in different ways. It will give you good melodies. Then the next thing is you try to elongate some notes, you try to shorten some notes. Now you get more melodies. Now you try to go high, you try to go low, now you get more melodies. So out of the same structure, it is about trying and trying and trying. So it is not a definitive formula like a plus b ka whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. It's not like that. It's not going to be like that. So you try. It is more of like, you know, this experimentation thing, the regression things.
Actually, I'll confess. Actually, I know much more, you know, information about ragas. I know the rules, but I haven't you know, when I sit down and I want to write something, I can put down the melody, but it's always that mental block while writing the lyrics. Like, have that occurred to you when you start writing?
Yes.
That mental block.
See,
how long does it take to overcome? So these are two-part questions.
See, mental block, he is talking about mental block, that you have a melody ready but you cannot write anything about it, and that is very natural. It happens with me as well. I'm not a very expert man, and it happens with everyone. Let me play a melody. This is a melody that I was playing, but I couldn't get even the chords. What chords should I use? I'm still wondering. Whenever I play, I try to do it, let alone the lyrics. I cannot. But yes, it definitely evokes some kind of emotion. So eventually, over due time, I might do something about it. So like, this is the melody. No. I'm stuck with this melody. If I tell you, I do not have any chords, so I miss two chords. I'm missing two chords and lyrics. So yes, it happens a lot. Mental block happens. Writer's block, which you say, it happens. See, what I can say is move on. Try writing something else. Once the flow will come, then maybe you can come back. And there is a very good method that I must say. Yes, I forgot about it. I never used it, but I've read about it. That you write poems, you write songs, maybe one para. Don't go beyond 2 paragraphs, man. But if you can write a song which is of 2 paras, it's great. You can always expand onto that. But it is great if you can write a song which is of 2 para. So what you do is, like, maybe you write 1 para of something, some song, 3-4 paras. So it's called a cutout technique. A lot of musicians used it. So what they'll do is they'll cut you write it down, they'll cut it, the paper cutouts, they'll cut some phrases or words or maybe lines, and then they'll drop it in a bowl and they'll mix it, and then they'll put 2-3 things out and they'll arrange it randomly, whatever comes. Then you have something which makes no sense, but it indicates towards something. It must indicate towards something when you are actually reading it. So it will give you kind of a direction towards which you can actually write, or it might come up with a very beautiful tagline or punchline of the song. Who knows? What are your thoughts on using dissonance while composing a song's melody? Do you think going for a more artistic approach while trading off general popularity is worth it? See, dude, it depends upon you. It totally depends upon you. There's no problem if you're doing it to be popular. I generally, whenever I write songs for my own. So I don't really care what other people think about it, other people like it or not, or how contemporary it is. I don't really give much thought about it, but I know that what music I'm writing, it is good, because I listen to Beatles and all, and Beatles, everything that goes beyond 90, not previous to 90s, and that kind of that era. so my songs obviously would be kind of out of place. So don't worry about it. If you are really trying to make music just for your own satisfaction, for your happiness, for your own creative endeavors, and it is cool, no problem, you can do anything. But if you really want to be popular, then I think you'll have to work out a little more how to make your music more contemporary, maybe. So in that sense, but no problem, don't sweat it, man, don't sweat it, let it be, let it happen. See what happens, like this guy knows raga, he has a melody, but he's stressing so much on the lyrics that it will not come. Sometimes you're having chords, you cannot come up with a melody. If you're restricting yourself, if you're pushing yourself, if you're pressurizing yourself enough, then your brain won't work. Let it flow, man. So this is if you go like that, it will be easier to come up with new ideas, because a loose mind, a free mind will create more ideas. Just do it for the sake of fun. It has a fun of its own. Don't do it for the result, what song will it come, maybe any lyrics will come out of it or not. Just do it. Try to write stories, don't write song, try to write stories, and just imagine, if this story is your life, what kind of music would you like to envelop around this while you are living that life. So this is a good example, the suggestion that I would like you to follow if you are trying to write and compose both. So yes, you can do that. Any more questions? It will happen, man. You start writing very basic, very simple. If you have ever written a poem, write a poem first in such a way that every other line is every third line is second or third line is it is rhyming. Just make a rhyming scheme, simple. Don't do much. Then try to build around it.
It's kind of, it has to do something with overthinking or something.
Exactly, that is what you're stressing too much, and then you're not coming. If you're stretching, if you're
what
stressing,
is not good or something.
exactly, it is like that. It is basically your underperformance pressure. The mind is under performance pressure.
I should take all that away and shove it somewhere.
That will mess it up. So that will be a problem.
Guys, I'm getting private session with me.
Okay, there are no questions. Questions, guys, if there are questions or anything.
Is there some other topic you want to talk about?
Okay.
What if something he has missed that you wanted him to talk about?
Yes, if I am a forgetful man. Sorry.
Please.
So if I might have said anything that I would explain later, and if I had missed, kindly tell so, because I am a forgetful man. Would you like to make something? Would you like to mix? Mix karoge? Would you like to make a song right now? We have 30 minutes, I suppose. 10:30, na?
30 minutes we have. I think we can show that the song which we already done. Just we can play it.
Yeah, we can play it in the end, but we can do something right now. What do you say?
Like I cannot do mixing.
Okay, right now.
I haven't set up it.
Okay, fine. Well, you can play it then.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah. I don't think there are any questions. Fine, then there are no questions, I suppose. See, what else should I tell you about? Okay. So while you're writing songs, there are the vocalist, there is guitar, there is bass, there is drums. These four are kind of the most essential part of songs when you're writing. So these four things. Drums, let's talk about drums. Drums should be in such a way that will make you kind of stomp your foot, or at least move it at the beat. such should be the beat of the song that you're going with. This is when you're starting off, when you're writing. So such should be something. Then about bass line, then let's not talk about bass line. The guitar should be in such a way that it must kind of complement your voice. Complement in the sense, try to, this is my personal approach, that if the guitar harmonizes with what I'm singing, it gives a good effect. If the guitar is harmonizing with the way I am singing, or with the kind of let's say emotion or the energy that I am singing, if the guitar is harmonizing with that, it is very good. That will give you a lot of the beauty of the song, let's say. It will be very smooth. Then is the bass line. Bass line, in my opinion, should be independent. Bass line should be such that it is a song in itself. Means there are two songs should be playing in the in one song. One is with the guitar, the drum, and what the vocals are singing, and the other is what the bass guy is basically driving. So there always should, the bass line, in my opinion, should be in such a way that is a story in itself. It's all about story. Try to boil it down to stories, and it will be much easier for you to write things, to compose things. If you think of it in terms of pictures and stories, it becomes very easy, because for the brain it is very easy to make movies and pictures, because everybody likes to overthink things. So that becomes easy for the brain. And then vocalist. Then yes, the job of the vocalist is very important, because pretty much the vocals are driving the song. So yes, the vocalist on a very much level, the vocalist is deciding what is the tone of the song, what is the emotion of the song, in what direction the song is going. So if your entire instrument is intended, your beats, everything is intended to go on a slow pace, and when the vocalist is fucking it up in any way, then it will be a problem. Not a problem, it could be something new, but it will not be a good fit, I must say. And exceptions are always there, rules are always supposed to be broken. So but these are something that you can look out for. Bass, drums, then there is no need for guitar. If you listen to Come Together by Beatles, the song is totally driven by drums and bass. Let's say the drum is a kind of instrument which will not provide you melody, but there's such great thing, there's such great minds that the Ringo is so great that he's providing melody with the drum itself, and the bass is cool. So if you like to listen to good bass lines, listen to this Ramble On by Led Zeppelin, and Led Zeppelin bass lines are good, and Beatles bass lines, especially the Magical Mystical Tour album. If you listen to that, the bass lines are very good, and you will know the two songs playing in one song. That gives a different edge to the song. I guess we can go for demos. Might be get doubts upon that. I guess we can go for demos. What is this? We might get doubts upon that as well. I did not get it.
I mean, you want to do that another time. So if you want to elaborate on that, so
what?
Like you just did two chords. I don't get, because
can you explain your question, man?
You want to do it again, like what we just did.
Yeah, exactly. I did not get your question, what you are asking exactly, Ramakrishna. So as I showed you that if you want to make a song, or if you actually want to get melody, the best way is to just play 2 chords or 3 chords, whatever it is. Just play a repetitive pattern, and let the pattern repeat itself. Then in that way you'll have the ambience of something, some musical something. You'll have the ambience, and you'll not have to think much about it. So you'll kind of have the rhythm and everything with you. Then all you'll have to think is that what melody can fit in here. So in that way you'll not have to, because thinking melody straight out of nothing is, it can be difficult. But when you have something of an ambience or something to support it, then it becomes easy for you to create melodies. And don't think whether it is good or bad. Just play it, just write it, man. There's nothing much. So what next? Okay, he wants to listen to my work.
Yeah,
Okay, then you can play it.
like that, the same one, or
Okay,
you can
yeah.
just you just played it, right? So you can show other songs or something.
Okay, that is in my phone though.
You just play it and show.
I should play here.
Yeah.
That will suck, I suppose.
Just play it and keep the phone here around, like in this distance.
Okay, you want to listen demos? Fine.
Like yeah, they want to listen to your some of your songs.
Fine. Is there some way that I can provide you the link and you can play it here and it will automatically
What kind of link?
Google Drive link?
Yeah, of course.
Fine. Wait a minute, let me check. Okay, hold on, guys.
Okay, I'll do something. Until he searches for the link, I'll do something actually. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to sing some. I think Ram, you asked something about Carnatic, including ragas in the song. So how I go about is that actually you have to be very familiar with the raga. So you have to kind of sing that for at least like half an hour to get something, so to get the essence of the rag, and then it kind of pops up in your mind. So some phrases can be like questions, and some phrases can be like answers. For example, like if you take rag Sahana, it's like establish the mood, and you get the emotions correct, and like he said, like I think it's the emotions that play a like crucial role.
Yes,
So
actually.
Yeah, I can get that emotion in my melody, but I can't get to my the lyrics. There is some maybe I should we should start writing some stuff. So if in first song it may suck, it may suck a lot. But in second song and third song and fourth song, it will
Okay,
maybe get better.
I think let's see how fast
You can mail it to me.
I can mail it to you.
Yeah.
WhatsApp पे भेज दूँ क्या? चला WhatsApp.
I'll tell me mail.
Okay.
Have this. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about lyrics.
You can write good songs. It is good. It is a happy tune.
It's a happy tune. That's it. Like you can. I have like ideas for melody, but it's the same thing over and over and again. I try to write something up, and I see that it's not good. I close up, and just go away.
See if you got any mail. I should have done it earlier.
So we can set the mood by using rag and choose melody by hit and trial. No, it's not like hit and trial. It should have some storytelling. Like I think you can explore. Like it's is it like a hit and trial? Like when you are writing just using melody.
0600.
It's not A.
Ah yes, it's not here. Okay, I'll show you some other thing. It is not exactly till then TBS dot
So
dot AC dot in. Right.
yeah.
822 mm 07.
Yes.
See, I've shared a folder. It is not exactly the songs. This is how I started doing my music. So these are FL Studio songs. If you know FL Studio.
Of course. I think they are very much accustomed to. Some of the people are very much accustomed to
FL Studio, right?
So you can explain this question, like, so we can set the mood using rag, but ignore the rag portion. But I want to ask you.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
hit and
You can
trial.
do that. Yeah. See, melody is. See, it's all about experimentation. The best. See, the easy way to go around is that you are having a happy mood and a happy melody and a happy rhythm and everything and a happy beat. It becomes easy for you to actually package the entire thing. But if you're if you're varying around the pattern, then for you it will become little more tricky to handle things. That is what it is. So you can do anything, man. You can do anything. You can hit and try. Maybe it will sound good, maybe it will not sound good. Okay, play.
Guys, please
forward.
let us know if the sound is audible or not. Please
So
let us
these
know.
are these are FL Studio songs.
So we can't hear it, but they can hear it. Okay.
What?
We can't hear it. Which
You
one?
can play 4F and 6. So this is how I actually started, and then you can play the other one, which is just made. So that is my very initial song, probably when I started in class 12 using FL Studio. But so
OG.
yeah, the OG kind of. So you see there are patterns. The entire song is, well, it is chaotic in a way, but then I like certain segments, the way it comes in, the way it goes out. I like it very much. Mostly, yeah. So there are segments of it which I find cool. Now, what is this?
What do you want to do?
Yeah,
You want to
go to Gmail. Yeah, go to Gmail. Yeah, go to mail. This is not here. This, play this. Yeah, so that was one of the songs that I made. The drums were on loop, and so was the actually yes, drums were on loop, and this was one of the composition. And I think if I have we don't have time. So yes, it is basically about weaving things around something. The best way, in simple words, the best way to go around it is to basically think of it as a story or a picture that you would like. Let's say a story that would like, if it was given to you, a movie that you would make, short movie, and the kind of background score that you would want for that movie. So in simple senses, I can say that try to make your songs along that lines. And yes, so I think the time is almost up. So any final thoughts and questions about that I must clarify? Songwriting is a big thing, and one session is too small. And the music club members, if they really want, then yes, we can jam and we can make good songs. I like doing that. I'm not accustomed to playing good instruments. I'm accustomed to composing good music. So I like doing that. So we can do that. So any final thoughts and any questions, anything? Chill. Like I got the necessary info to begin with. So let's jam sometime for sure. Yeah, man. Cool. Definitely. See if there's another. I think we should finish. Refresh it. If there's anything.
The fear of the dark.
Back. It hasn't sent or what?
I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah, if you wish. Yes. I think we can wrap it up.
Do you want to show something else? Like we can show.
I think I am done for the session. There's nothing more that I would like to add. There are a lot of things I cannot do it every time, and needs more of a personal touch rather than sitting here on a computer. So yeah, if you would like to finish it. So thank you people, thank you for your patience, thank you for asking questions, and thank you. I hope I was of some help, and this might help you writing your own songs, maybe writing your own lyrics. And yes, we can enjoy, anytime we can jam and do these things practically, and we can see how things happen. So it is very fun. So okay man, thank you and good night everyone.